Right, mic's back on for when I press play. You've definitely lost weight.
I haven't.
There's nought of you.
Shut up. I felt like a sausage roll.
I love that. It's like, shut up. We like,
up.
carry on.
Shut up. No, I hate compliments. It makes me feel disgusting.
Alright, you look awful.
Thanks. I feel much better with that.
Right. So basically, me and Steph are going to see it in the cinema because I fucking love Blake Lively.
Yeah,
like, I'm obsessed with her. She's everything. Like
she
Taylor
perfect?
Swift. Yeah, like, for fuck's sake, that's not fair. So me and Steph are going to go see it. Oh, God, he's yellowing. I can see it in his eyes. But the book, it was really good, but at the same time, there was no massive plot to it. It felt like it was just life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a story.
No. I struggled with the abuse side of it as well. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Like throwing her downstairs and that.
Yeah.
Made me feel ill.
Yeah.
Might be good in the cinema though.
Yeah. Are you coming to watch it with us?
Yeah, you've already invited me.
No, I know, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister invited me as well. I was like, sorry, I've already got plans for that.
What did she say to that?
She was like, all right. I was
She
like,
keeps coming up on my suggested friends on Facebook every single day.
Don't know.
Every day she's on my suggested friends, which means she's been on my Facebook.
Yeah.
But my Facebook's very private.
Yeah. I wouldn't accept if she requested.
All I saw, though, because I looked onto her Facebook and all I saw was things you've been tagged in all the way down. And it was, like, about being the cool auntie and stuff. Yeah. And I was like...
Yeah, she's one of them, absolutely. And then she's like, she tags me and stuff like, she's the rainbow sister and I'm the bitch. And all that. Yeah. She's not a vibe.
She's a rainbow? What are you talking about? It's gone into the abyss. There's a black hole under there, don't you know?
Did I drop that?
Right. So, yeah.
What was the saying before that?
You were saying you love or hate Colleen Hoover.
Oh, yeah.
We've just realised we thought we were recording for like 30 minutes and we weren't. We've just gone through the entire bloody book.
If that isn't ADHD for you, then I don't know what is. Jesus
And I was
Christ.
on a roll and now I'm not going to be.
I can't believe we've done that.
We need to keep better track. Right, so let's start from the start. Lowen.
This is painful.
I could cry. I'm not gonna. I don't cry often.
Oh my
But
God.
I could cry.
Right.
Take a deep breath, Moz.
Yes.
We've got to laugh at this because if we don't, I will cry.
Oh, geez.
I feel dead guilty. Like my job is to press play. Are we recording now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Right. Oh,
It's fine. Right, so we're Lowen.
Let's start from the start with who the characters are again.
Right, Lowen is the co-writer to the book. She gets employed by Jeremy to co-write with Verity.
Yeah.
So,
because Lowen has not very much income from her writing. She's like a kind of wannabe writer, isn't she?
Yeah.
Verity's... Sorry.
Go on, you go.
Verity's a very famous writer of a series. She's been in an accident and it's kept very quiet how bad her injuries are.
Yeah, condition and everything.
Yeah.
So when Lowen goes, she thinks she's co-writing, doesn't she? Rather than just writing the books.
Yeah.
But when she gets there, she realises Verity is in a serious condition, so...
Yeah, Verity's in like a paralysis and can't feed herself. She can't engage in conversation. She can't move. She gets lifted into a bed at night and it's like her bed moves to make sure she doesn't like get sores and muscle spasms and stuff. And it's like Lowen's sort of realises that no, she's just writing it.
Yeah.
So she goes into Verity's office to take over. I could cry, Molly. I'm so annoyed. We've literally we thought we'd recorded half an hour of this.
I'm dead confused now because I can't remember what we've covered and what we've not covered.
Well, we covered essentially the entire book, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were at the end when I realised we weren't recording.
At least you realised.
Stupid bitch I am.
Don't be daft.
So
we'll get to Lowen. She moves in there, doesn't she? Moves into their house.
Yeah, so basically Jeremy's like, oh, move in while you do it because you're going to have to cover all this, and Lowen feels really uncomfortable about it. She's like, I don't really want to move into your house. And Jeremy's like, look, it's a mansion, there's plenty of space for you.
Yeah.
Don't be freaked out.
Yeah.
we'll all live upstairs, you'll live down here, the office is right by you.
Yeah.
Don't stress over it. But it all unfolds, doesn't it? This is something we didn't cover, actually, so this is helpful. It slowly unfolds through the book why Lowen didn't want to move in, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, because she sleepwalks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah. But we don't know that at the start.
Yeah.
We're like, why doesn't she want to move into this mansion and get and be paid £1 million?
I forgot about that bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the sleepwalkers, she ends up in bed with Verity, doesn't she?
Oh, that was a horrible film.
I was like, ew, ew, ew.
I hated
imagine waking up in bed with her. Oh, I was cringing.
But by then, she was already doubting Verity, wasn't she? I've just made my vision blurry by pressing on my eyes too hard.
Blink, blink,
Sorry.
But no, she ends up in Verity's office and she discovers all of like a book, paperwork and that, doesn't she? And then she finds
the manuscript
of...
Essentially, it's a manuscript about... So, Verity and Jeremy had 3 children. 2 of them died. Their twin daughters died separately. One due to a peanut allergy and the other from drowning.
Yeah.
And basically, this manuscript unfolds about how Jeremy wanted children. Verity was obsessed with Jeremy. Verity didn't want children, but to make Jeremy happy, she had them.
Yeah.
And she was then jealous of the attention that Jeremy gave to the kids and the love that Jeremy gave to the kids.
Yeah. She's like, obviously, I don't want to call her a psychopath or anything, but like...
Well, it comes out as if she's one, doesn't it? Like, she neglects and abuses these children according to this manuscript, and...
Yeah, because doesn't she, is it a bit say where she puts earplugs in and then he goes to work and she doesn't listen to them.
Deja vu.
I know, I've already said this. She like doesn't look after them or listen to them all day until he's due home from work, and then she looks after them. It looks like she's...
Yeah, and basically by the time he gets home, they're so exhausted because they've cried all day that she looks like the perfect mum because she feeds them and they go to sleep.
Yeah.
And she gets all the housework done and cooks him a meal, so he's walking in as if, oh, my life's perfect.
Yeah.
And then there's also the scene that we both struggled with where in the manuscript Verity claims that she attempted to have an abortion of the twin girls with a coat hanger.
Yeah. It was an uncomfortable one to read, that one, wasn't it?
I think most of the book was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put it down. And then this... one of the twins came out with a scar.
Yeah, down the cheek, wasn't it?
Basically Verity blames that on the coat hanger.
Yeah.
But then there's that weird bit where Verity has that dream, doesn't she? And she becomes obsessed with the twin who actually dies of the nut allergy. And she's like, oh, I love this twin. And basically her sister is going to kill her.
Actually, she had dreams of putting a pillow over the other twin, putting the pillow over her face and that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the end, in this manuscript, according to the manuscript, Verity attempts to kill the twin who, in her dream, killed the other twin.
Yeah.
It's getting confusing.
I know.
But it's a confusing book, but it's so good.
Yeah. It's because there's a lot of information crammed into the book.
Yeah.
There's different points of view and stuff, isn't there? Well, not like different points of view, but
like... No, but there's doubt.
Doubt, yeah.
Throughout.
Yeah.
And all the while that Lowen's reading this manuscript, she's building up this chemistry. Oh, we should have said... because I forgot that we'd recorded this and hadn't actually recorded it. We're going to spoil this book.
Oh, yeah.
Massively.
Yeah.
So stop listening right now if you haven't read Verity. And then listen again, please. Yeah. So all throughout reading this manuscript, Lowen and Jeremy are like building up this chemistry that they can't sort of deny.
Yeah.
You're proper going because we've already done this.
Yeah.
I am too. I'm really struggling.
I'm like, we've already covered this. It's like the ADHD in me is like, nope.
She's now just dancing next to me. She's just doing a head
I'm
bob.
trying to like get a bit
We
off
did
me.
so well.
I know. It was a good episode as well, wasn't it?
It was. It would have been, and now it's not.
Yeah. So
basically, Lowen and Jeremy are building up this chemistry, but all the while, Lowen's reading this manuscript while trying to work on the book, and she's starting to notice things about Verity.
Yeah, she's starting to notice the creepy stuff happening in the house, isn't she? Like...
Yeah, so she notices that things are moving around.
Yeah.
She notices that she thinks Verity's making eye contact with her. She thinks she sees Verity at the top of the stairs.
That was
her
the
and Jeremy.
creepiest scene.
Do you reckon? I think the creepiest was when she woke up in bed with her.
Oh, yeah. No, the creepy, like when she was standing there looking at them, that would freak me out right out.
Well, it wouldn't be a nice situation, would
No.
it?
But yeah, the bed scene was minging.
It was.
Where were we?
I don't know where we were.
We had to stop for a pee break.
Except it turned into 20 minutes. And Stuart making us drinks. We were at the bit where we were talking about like our worst bits of the book. So yours was her stood at the top of the stairs. Mine was her waking up in bed with her. I would argue that my scene was worse.
Yeah. Because she was in bed.
So it slowly unfolds throughout the book. I can't remember whether we've covered this in this record or the last one that we weren't recording. You can probably hear the frustration in my voice.
I know, it's because it's the whole thing of having to redo it.
But it's also mixed up in my head now.
Yes, and I'm thinking, have I already said that? Have I not?
ADHD.
I know.
Stupid. So basically, also we got distracted because my back's screwed. So basically, it unfolds throughout the book that Lowen also has some trauma. Do you remember?
No.
Do you know?
No.
Oh, so we haven't covered this then.
No.
So it slowly unfolds because it's like, why wouldn't she want to stay in this mansion with this handsome man and, you know, this story and becoming this famous...
Oh, hang on, is this a sleepwalking?
Rich, but it's not just that. She has trauma from it, doesn't she? I'll cover it, don't worry.
I can't.
Where she's like, it's like, why wouldn't she want to do this? And then it unfolds that she sleepwalks and has done since she was young, and she wakes up in bed with Verity, and that creeps me the hell out. Like, I felt sick at that, which is pathetic, isn't it? But I did. It was horrible. Yeah. Like, I felt itchy.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, get out of that bed!
Like, how long was she lying there for?
Exactly. It would have been like 3 hours or something. Verity could have killed her.
She could have.
Oh. Anyway. And then it unfolds. She explains to Jeremy that when she was a kid, she climbed up on the roof.
I remember it now.
She jumped off the roof.
It's a hand thing, wasn't it?
She, like, cut right into her hand. She landed on something. I can't remember the exact details, but she cut into her hand really bad, and there's still scars there. And then her mum essentially was scared of her for the rest of her life. And there's, like, a trauma there because a kid shouldn't feel like their parents are scared of them.
Yeah.
And it made her fear herself.
Yeah.
So then Jeremy puts a lock on the door.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then he spends the night with her, and Verity locks him in. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Because didn't he say, like, how's it locked from the outside? And he was like, oh, if you slam it hard enough, the lock will thing, it could lock from the outside. And I'm like, no, it's not that though, is it? It's Verity.
Yeah. I also can't, I don't know if we only covered this in the record we weren't recording. But about Crew, the boy, the young boy, he's like 6, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's like chatting to
Lowen.
And he sort of reveals little bits about Verity, and he's like, oops, my mummy told me not to speak to you.
Because stuff starts coming out, doesn't it? Like little bits that, like, Crew keeps saying, oh, mummy said this, mummy said that. Yeah. And then you think, like, oh.
And Lowen's like, is he just traumatised and trying to deal with it and thinks he's chatting to his mum?
Yeah.
Or...
yeah.
Is his mum talking to him? Is she actually at the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Is she moving stuff? Is she making eye contact with me?
Yeah, because doesn't it get to that scene where Crew bites the knife? Because he doesn't... I know. Because he doesn't know, like, what to do or what to say, does he? And it was
horrible.
Yeah. Because he needed stitches and that, didn't he?
But this is where it all massively unfolded, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, Crew bites on this knife because Lowen's trying to get him to talk about Verity. Jeremy then has to take him to the hospital. This is after the whole thing with him cutting himself in Verity's room with this knife that disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So it's like, must be a horrible thing to listen to, because the first record was so good. We stayed on track.
We did.
We kept it in linear.
And now it's all muddled up in our heads.
So sorry. Right.
It's fine.
So Jeremy has to take Crew to the hospital, and he's like, Verity can't be alone.
Yeah.
Her care is gone.
Yeah.
You are going to have to stay here. Ugh. So Lowen puts this baby monitor in Verity's room.
Yeah. And she sees her stand up, doesn't she? Or get up or something.
She sees something happen, doesn't she?
No, I think she does. She gets out of bed.
No, she doesn't. She sees... So her legs come out of the bed.
Oh, yeah.
So...
And then she rushes up, doesn't she?
I feel sick talking about this. I really want to reread it.
I know. She does. She rushes upstairs, but then when she gets there, like, Verity's just lying there normal.
Yeah.
She didn't get there in time.
And she's like, this is after, like, wasn't there scenes where, sorry, this is just my brain. Hannah's going to hate this, because when I was talking to her, she was like, I feel like I get into your brains and it's like manic. I'm like, yeah.
Welcome to our brain!
Yeah. It is manic. It's horrible.
Yeah. There's no order in this brain.
Lowen was, like, cooking in the kitchen, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And, like, Verity was in the living room with the telly on, and then she mutes it.
Yeah.
And little things like that. So, at this point, Lowen is all kind of messed up in her head.
Yeah.
And
I think Verity's enjoying that, though.
Yeah.
Because you think, like, she's doing it on purpose to wind Lowen up or get in her head.
Yeah, she's trying to scare her, isn't she?
Yeah.
And anyway, she puts Verity back, puts her legs back into bed, sets up this baby monitor, and keeps an eye on it. And then I'm trying to remember exactly how it unfolds.
I can't remember the order. I really can't. I'm not going to lie to you. This is what I struggle with reviewing books, because the story's just in my head. I can't physically separate it very well. So, like, my brain will pop up and say something that's happened, but it could be, like, halfway through the book and we're talking about the start, and I'm like...
this is my thing as well.
I'm
trying to remember, because...
We've got to the point where
Lowen ends up going upstairs with a knife and Jeremy catches her.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's obviously home.
Yeah.
And...
Is it not about the... Did we not skip to the bit after that where she's in the canoe with the kids? Or was that before?
That was in the manuscript, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. You cover it.
Okay.
I'm gone. I'm exhausted.
So we get to... We're in the manuscript now. And we get to the point where they're in the canoe. Crew and... I want to say Harper. It's because Harper's got Asperger... I can never say this word. Asperger's?
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I forgot that.
That's why she doesn't smile or anything. So they're out there.
I wouldn't smile if I had a man like Verity.
No, me neither. So they're out there in the canoe, and she has this sort of plan, doesn't she? Because she capsizes the boat.
She believes that Harper killed Chastin.
Yeah.
Like in her dream.
Yeah. So that's in her head, and she capsizes the canoe, and she tells Crew, hold your breath.
Yeah.
And then she flips it, and then she obviously flips it right the way back, and then gets Crew safe.
So if I don't say this, I'll forget it.
Okay,
sorry.
No, fine.
That's the other bit about at the end with the letter.
Yeah.
Which we'll cover, because I can't remember if we've covered it in this one or the other one.
I don't think we have done that.
Okay.
Yet.
So there's a bit at the end with the letter, which we'll cover.
Yeah.
This is the other bit that makes me doubt it. Crew remembers being told
hold your breath.
to hold your breath.
Yeah.
Why would would you only tell one child to hold the breath?
Yeah.
Why would you whisper it?
Yeah.
And like she held his mouth.
Yeah.
Right. And then
But
whispered.
then didn't she send him back and say, go get Daddy to call the police? And then she she did swim back out, but she was pretending to look for Harper, even though she knows that she wasn't going to save her or anything.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, thank God for that net.
Yeah.
Pulled her down and all this.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, but you know the front cover of the net? That's the net.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a net around Harper on the front cover.
Oh, well, that's traumatising.
I know. I didn't realise until I seen it on, I think it was Book Talk, and somebody said, look, it's the net. And I was like, oh my God.
That is so traumatising.
Yeah.
I thought it's just like the mania of Verity's mind.
Well, it maybe is, but like I seen a thing on Book Talk and it was like,
My boobs hurt, sorry.
Oh, same. Right, so where were we at? We were on the canoe. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like all these things unfolding.
Yeah.
It's absolutely manic.
Yeah,
it
like is.
Really makes you doubt yourself. And then it all unfolds. Bear in mind, Jeremy has no idea, apparently, about any of this.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that Lowen's doubting anything. He doesn't know that... I can hear Alessia.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know that Crew has been saying these things. He doesn't know about the manuscript, supposedly.
Yeah. What if he does?
Well, that's the thing. So then, Lowen goes to, like, essentially kill Verity, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Jeremy catches her, drags her back out. Lowen begs him to lock Verity in.
Yeah.
And he does it.
Yeah.
And she begs him to read the manuscript.
Yeah.
Because she wants Crew and Jeremy to be safe.
Yeah. Like, didn't she say, like, or even just a couple of chapters, just read a couple?
Just read it.
Yeah.
Just have a look. So then he reads it, comes out, raging, murders Verity. That's very quick.
No, they went to... They confronted her first, didn't they? And she said...
Oh, God, yeah, and she stood up and she was like...
Stood up,
you don't understand, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And then he held her down and
Yeah.
like gripped her throat and killed her.
Yeah. But didn't she say, though, Verity said, like, I was doing this because I was scared of Jeremy, because, like, he was the one that put me in the car and caused the accident and all that.
No, that was in the letter.
Oh, was that in the letter?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said it.
No.
Oh.
I don't think I think she was saying... Because she was pleading with Jeremy.
Yeah.
She didn't really speak to Lowen.
Did you not? I
don't think so.
Oh, I'm getting it confused then.
No, I think you've read the letter quite like as if she's saying
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Which I do too.
Yeah, it's because I read it last year, so it's like January last year, so I'm like...
Yeah, it's quite a long time ago. So basically... Oh, Braden's gone.
Yeah, so we're at...
Oh, Verity's stood up.
Yeah, and didn't Jeremy strangle her? And Lowen said, stop, if you're going to do it, you need to make it look like she's died naturally, like...
Yeah, which really made me doubt Lowen's mental state of mind.
And I was like, oh... Yeah, I was a bit... Yeah. Because she said, like, oh, you need to, make her look like she's choked on her own sick and stuff like that, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, stick your fingers down her throat, like Verity had supposedly done to the baby.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Horrendous.
It's a very traumatising book,
actually. But it's really good at the same time.
I genuinely want to read it again, and I hope it's made into a film, but I really hope they're careful with these scenes.
Oh, imagine a film, that'll be good. Or even a series.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, yeah, that'll be good.
It'd be such a good Netflix.
We should do a fan cast.
Should we do one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll maybe do a joint one rather than one each.
Yeah.
Because we can, okay, boom.
So have we got to the letter?
No, you cover the letter.
Right. Can't remember anything about the letter.
All right, so basically, Lowen and Jeremy kills Verity. Lowen's obviously an accomplice.
Yeah.
They then allow her to be found, or pretend like they found her the next morning.
Yeah.
They go to bed as if they've done nothing, which is
horrendous.
Mental.
Yes.
And then they move out. Lowen's pregnant with Jeremy. It's like a happily ever after.
Yeah.
We killed the psychopath. Here we are. We're raising Crew. We're having a baby. This is lush. So they go back to the house.
And cleaning the room, aren't they?
Yeah, and Crew's like, oh, I want to get my... I've just turned the PlayStation on. Crew's like, oh, I want to get my drawings that I did. And he goes and takes this floorboard up, doesn't he? And gets these drawings out where the knife is as well.
Yeah.
So obviously it all unfolds to Lowen. Oh, so the knife was real.
Yeah.
It was there. Like,
she just put it under there.
And she finds this letter. And it's basically Verity saying... It's a letter from Verity to Jeremy, explaining why she's run off with Crew.
Yeah.
Saying, I had to leave. I was scared of you.
Yeah.
The manuscript was a writing tool. It was a way to deal with my trauma. It was therapy. It was all these things. I never would have done these. I loved our children. But when you found the manuscript, you wouldn't see reason. You strapped me into the car. Yeah, sorry, you tied her up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Put her in the car. You drove us into this tree with me out of the seatbelt, which in my brain doesn't make sense because she was in the passenger seat. So she's obviously gone through the windshield and then he's put her in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Anyway. Little things like that doing my head in.
Yeah.
But it's all this thing of like, it wasn't real. Jeremy's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So
I could see that though as well.
Yeah.
So I was
turns the tables. Yes, so was I, because he's too perfect.
Yeah.
Turns the tables. But then, so it makes you doubt yourself. And I think the idea was, you end the book and you said there's another with this extra chapter, didn't you?
I'm sure there's a bonus chapter somewhere.
I really want to find it. But
I could be lying, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere. There's an extra chapter.
We'll try and find it.
Yeah.
But Lowen's obviously doubting herself at this point because she's married to this man. But she's like,
does Lowen eat the letter? Or have I made that up in my head?
Yeah, she did.
I was like...
Heavily pregnant, she ate the letter.
Yeah. I was thinking, have I made this up? Or did she actually eat the letter?
No, she did.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Weird.
Just spin it.
No.
Take it to a recycling.
Burn it.
Yeah. You don't have to eat it.
So weird. But I think the book leaves you guessing, doesn't it?
Yeah. But
do you believe the letter?
So what was your thought? Do you or don't you?
I kind of, when I was first reading it, I believed the letter. But now I've had time to think about it and reviewed it, and you've said stuff that I didn't pick up on, like...
The scar,
yeah.
the way she said to him to hold his breath.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, I didn't pick up on the first read, and when you said that, it made me think, like, oh, maybe it isn't, like,
yeah. I think... I don't think the letter's real. I think it was like a very calculated thing by Verity to be seen as the victim.
Yeah.
Because, what do you call them? Oh my God, what are they called?
What?
Them people who are like, only think about themselves, they have no empathy.
Narcissists.
Narcissists are very calculating.
Yeah.
And they're very good at playing the victim.
Yeah.
So I personally believe Verity was a narcissist who was obsessed with Jeremy.
Would make sense, though, that.
Learned to hate him because his obsession wasn't with her, it was with the kids.
Yeah, because, like, what normal, sane person could, like, sit and ignore a kids all day?
Yeah, but even if that's not true, I couldn't... Obviously, I'm not a writer, I'm not in that head, but I couldn't write those kind of things about my children.
No.
I physically couldn't do it. I would send myself crazy.
That's horrible, that.
I don't think any normal person could.
No, definitely not.
I don't reckon that, like, writers and comedians and all these have some sort of mental issues.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, could see it, to be fair. But, like, I've never ever read a book like this. And it was fantastic.
I'm trying... What do you mean?
So, the sort of the... my voice gone there. The way it played out. I feel like I've never read anything similar. Have you?
I don't know exactly what you mean.
So...
Like the doubt and stuff.
Yeah, the doubt, but, like... I can't explain it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great for a podcast.
Yeah. No, I don't know if, like, obviously the difference between the actual main story and then, like, the manuscript. Like, it being two different stories running alongside each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think I have, but I can't think what book. That's helpful.
But, like, throwing in the creepy element as well.
Yeah.
Because that, like, made it more, thrillery.
Yeah. I think it was brilliant.
Yeah. It was good.
So
did you give it 5 star?
Yes.
Yes.
So the thing is, we were saying at the start, before we realised we weren't recording, you either love or hate Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
And I personally love her. Some of her books, I wouldn't say are 5 stars,
no.
But I do love her writing and the fact that she is willing to go into uncomfortable areas with her writing, because I appreciate that. Like, have you
read Layla?
No.
It's good. It's like a paranormal romance type.
The ghost who keeps touching my thighs. Like, I feel like we should cover this now. I keep waking up with handprints on my thighs, different shaped and sized handprints.
It's so weird.
And we saged my house because we were like, why am I waking up with handprints on my thighs?
Have you had handprints since?
No.
Magic.
Magic.
No, but yeah, I think I read Layla in like a day and a half. It was really good. I was like, it's not like fast paced or anything, but it's like I've never read out like it.
You say that about every book we read.
I know. Obviously, don't have a wide range.
But yeah, I would give Verity 5 stars. I feel like this has been
Me too.
a very annoying episode because
we
probably haven't covered a lot of the stuff that we covered in the first episode, and we're getting confused. And we'll try not to do this again. So I'm really sorry. But Verity was an incredible book in my opinion. Yeah. And I didn't know what to expect from it. I literally had no idea what it was going to be about. Yeah. I saw all the hype about it and I was like, I thought it was going to be fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah.
Just because of the cover, I think. But I loved it.
Yeah, I did as
well. And I genuinely, there's not many books I would reread, but I think I could sit and reread that.
Yeah, me too. Because I think if you reread it, you pick up on different stuff every time. Yeah. I think it's one of them.
You'll see things you didn't see before.
Yeah, and you think like, oh.
So we both think it's Netflix worthy.
Oh, definitely.
That was actually a feature we were meant to do in all of our episodes.
What?
Netflix worthy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We haven't been, but this is.
We need to write down a list of questions that we cover. I know we are. That we cover every episode, like not sort of structure, but something loosely like that.
Yeah, something we can look at and go, oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Rather than talking about how our boobs hurt and random things.
Oh God, what an episode this has been. Sorry,
so
guys.
Sorry, everybody. The first one was really good.
It really was.
Genuinely, it was the only good episode we've ever done. We didn't record it.
Oh,
it was dead professional, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's because we put like all of our energy into the first episode. Now this one come round, I was like, I'm drained.
I'm so glad that we're doing bulk records today, Moles. This is just great. But yeah, I think what we'll do, we will play the jingle and do our fan cast because we're going to do a joint one.
Oh yeah,
aren't we? Go. Right, we're back.
Right.
So we haven't only done Fancast, we are on the ball.
We are on the ball.
We've done Kiss, Marry, Kill as well.
Yeah. Should we do Kiss, Marry, Kill first then?
Yeah, so we've decided jointly because we don't have the energy or mental capacity anymore.
No, we do not.
So go for it, Malls.
So we're going to kill... No, we're not. We're going to kiss Jeremy.
Because we've got 2 Ks in an M.
Yeah.
We're going to kiss Jeremy, but I also think Kiss and Verity would be interesting.
Yeah. Bit of psycho for you.
Yeah. Just a bit of a dangerous vibe. It's a bit exciting, in it. Is she going to kiss you? Is she going to kill you? Ooh, don't know.
Have you ever watched that series, Killing Eve?
Yeah.
She's a bit like that, isn't she?
Yeah.
Don't know why I mentioned that. It just popped in my head.
I think it's a great vibe. Anyway, carry on.
I'm going to marry Lowen.
Mm-hmm. Just because she seems sane compared to the others.
Yeah. And then kill Verity.
Mm-hmm. Which I think most people would choose.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, Fancast. Can you read these names? I can read Chris Evans.
I was hoping you were going to read that because I can't say that.
Oh, God. Well, so for Jeremy, we've picked Chris Evans.
I think that was a good shout.
Yeah.
I think he fits the bill.
Go on, then. You can have the other 2. Was that for Lowen?
Yeah.
So Lowen, we've picked...
Victoria
Pedretti?
See, I would have gone like something stupid. Like you, this is why you say the hard name.
Okay, we picked Victoria Pedretti.
She's she's love off You, if you've seen the series You, because like I feel like she fits Lowen well because she's sort of nice on the outside, but deep down she's like a psycho.
She looks naive.
Yeah,
but she's not.
Yeah.
And then for Verity, she's one of my favourite actresses, but I don't know how to say this name. Rosamund Pike, who's basically Gone Girl.
Yeah.
And that is such a Verity vibe.
Yeah, she is definitely.
So yeah, this was an awful episode. We're very aware.
I know, we do apologise.
Imagine that it was a good episode and vibe with us. I sound like I'm stoned. I'm just exhausted. So I'm going to play the jingle again and then we can do the admin.
Yeah.
Jesus. Right, if you're still with us, God help you.
I know. If you've made it this far, well done.
God bless you. Email us,
adhd.rbc@gmail.com.
adhd.rbc@gmail.com.
We got that.
Instagram, follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram at ADHD_Readers Book Club. Email us with anything. Yeah. If what you struggle with your ADHD, and we can mention it on the ADHD specials. Yeah, say hi. Let us know if you enjoyed this awful episode.
We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
And also the most important bit, which we always feel a bit like stupid saying, but could you subscribe to the podcast, follow the podcast,
put it on auto downloads because that really does help us.
Yeah, that helps massively. Ring the bell, do all that, rate and review.
5 stars, thank you very much.
On all of your apps. That would be great, thank you. And yeah, please come back to us next week because it might be better. We're about to record next week and I don't think I have the mental capacity, but we'll try.
We're bulk recording.
Yeah,
it's
I think that's why I was so tired.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for bearing with us. Bye.
Bye.